Sunscreen versus sunblock. What's the difference? Natural versus chemical versus mineral? Find out everything you need to know today. Let's go! Hey, good to see you. I'm so glad you're here. First off, this is Destructive Creativity. I'm Jonathan Allers. If you like science, if you like yourself, or if you like fun, make sure you go and hit that subscribe button and hit the like button too if you don't mind. Today we are finishing up our series on UV radiation. So the first episode was covering what the three main types of UV radiation are, so that's UVA, UVB, and UVC. The second one was what happens when those dangerous electromagnetic waves interact with your skin and they destroy your DNA, if not for the amazing defensive mechanisms your body has in your RNA and your melanin. And today we're moving on to sunscreen and sunblock and the differences between those two and what you can do to protect yourself from radiation damage. And first off, let me say right here and right now, I'm not here to convince you or change your mind whether one is better than the other. There's arguments to be made for both. I'm just here to present you with facts and you can make your own decision. With that out of the way, let's move on to the two main types of sunscreen or sunblock. So sunscreen is chemical based. So essentially you rub it on your skin and it's an artificial form of melanin, as it were. So you rub it on your skin and as the UV rays hit that sunscreen, it converts the UV radiation into heat, much like your RNA or your melanin does naturally. Sunblock, on the other hand, is imagine covering yourself with hundreds of thousands of millions of mirrors. So the UV radiation hits those tiny little mirrors and it gets reflected off. So the UV radiation never actually enters your skin at all. Let's start out with the sunscreen. The sunscreen is chemical based, which means if I were to apply this to my skin, it would be absorbed by my skin and there would be a chemical layer in there that would absorb the UV radiation and transfer that high energy electromagnetic wave into heat. Okay, so let's see what the ingredients are on this list. So we have homosalate, a bit of octocrylene, and just a dash of avobenzone. What are those? Well, I'm going to show you the chemical composition of those, which is just kind of right over here. That probably doesn't mean much. These are chemical compounds that have been designed to absorb UV radiation and get rid of it. The added benefit of being actually absorbed into your skin is if you sweat or if you go swimming, this will probably stay in your skin. It's not going to be washed away. The only way that you can get rid of this is by breaking it down with UV radiation. Now, the disadvantage of this is the only way to get rid of it is by breaking it down with UV radiation. So if you have really sensitive skin, it is actually going to be inside of your skin and it could cause a rash. And there's a couple of other tangentially related health issues that may be caused by this, but I'm not going to get into that debate because yikes. It's worth stating that both sunscreen and sunblock can both be broad spectrum. Broad spectrum, remember, means that it can block both UVA and UVB radiation, because different materials absorb different types of radiation. For example, homosalate is very effective at blocking or absorbing UVB radiation, but no UVA, whereas avobenzone is very good at absorbing and transferring the UVA radiation. But you do need both of those active ingredients in order to have a broad spectrum block or screen. Sunscreen specifically does need to be absorbed into your skin, which does mean that in addition to those active chemicals that absorb and transfer the energy from the UV radiation, there's a lot of added non-medicinal ingredients as well. Lots of different types of alcohol, some water, aloe vera gel, all sorts of stuff. Sodium hydroxide. That is the reason why things like sport performance with power stay technology is not recommended for babies and children because there are non-medical ingredients in there that have not been fully tested to be safe on children and babies. And that brings us to sunblock. Now sunblock, remember, doesn't get absorbed into your skin. It's just a layer that goes over top of your skin. So if it's applied perfectly, you have this invisible barrier that reflects all of the UVA and UVB radiation away from your body. So the The ingredients that reflect UVA and UVB are zinc oxide and titanium oxide. Those two ingredients reflect UVA and UVB radiation, so it can be applied as a clear coating. The advantages of a sunblock as opposed to a sunscreen is nothing gets absorbed into your skin, so this is safe on babies and children. Because it's using both zinc and titanium oxide, it is broad spectrum. It does block both A and B radiation. And because it is a mineral-based block, you don't need a whole lot of non-medicinal ingredients that needs to be absorbed into the skin. Now, the disadvantage is you're actually wearing another layer. If you sweat a lot or if you go swimming, that layer can get washed off very easily. Both sunscreen and sunblock, there's disadvantages and advantages to both, and either or, make your own decision. I'm not a doctor. Okay, well, this has been a really fun series that I've been working on. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, make sure you click that like button down below, and if you like the channel, feel free to subscribe. Till next week, have fun, stay safe, and put on your sunscreen. See ya!